Imagine two legends standing at the crossroads of American history. One, a frontier showman who symbolized the Wild West. The other, a fierce Lakota chief who defied the U.S. government in a fight for his people's survival. Buffalo Bill Cody and Sitting Bull, seemingly polar opposites, formed an unlikely friendship that few would have predicted. But what could bring together a man who celebrated the frontier conquest and a leader who resisted it? This is the history of Buffalo Bill and Sitting Bull, two larger-than-life figures whose bond was forged in the complex tensions of the American West. How did they move from enemies on the battlefield to respected allies on stage? And could their bond have changed the course of history had Buffalo Bill reached Sitting Bull in time? Welcome to iRich History. In this video, we're diving deep into a fascinating and complex relationship between two iconic figures in American history, Buffalo Bill Cody and Sitting Bull. You might know Buffalo Bill as the famous showman who brought the Wild West to life with his traveling show. And Sitting Bull? He's the fearless Lakota leader known for his resistance to U.S. forces, including his role in defeating Custer at the Battle of the Little Bighorn. But what many don't know is the unique bond that formed between these two seemingly opposite figures. A bond that defied expectations, rooted in mutual respect and, ultimately, cut short by tragic circumstances. Let's explore how these two men, from vastly different worlds, connected and influenced each other's lives. Who was Buffalo Bill? Buffalo Bill, born William F. Cody, wasn't just a Wild West entertainer. He was a living legend of the frontier. He grew up on the edge of the American wilderness, where survival was a daily test. His early exploits as a Pony Express rider, his service in the Union Army during the Civil War, and his role as a scout for the U.S. Army earned him a reputation as a daring frontiersman. But it was his Wild West show that made him famous worldwide. Through this spectacle, Buffalo Bill romanticized the American frontier, often simplifying complex stories of indigenous peoples into entertainment for the masses. However, Buffalo Bill's relationship with Native Americans went far beyond the stage. Despite the show's dramatizations, he respected Native culture and often employed Native performers, seeing them as partners in his success. Who was Sitting Bull? Now, let's talk about Sitting Bull, a name synonymous with Native American resistance. Born in 1831, Sitting Bull was a member of the Hunkpapa Lakota Sioux and a revered spiritual leader. He is most famously remembered for leading his people to victory at the Battle of Little Bighorn in 1876, where General George Armstrong Custer met his end. This victory cemented Sitting Bull as a symbol of defiance against U.S. expansion and oppression. But more than just a warrior, Sitting Bull was a visionary who deeply understood the power of unity and the cultural survival of his people. His life was devoted to the well-being of the Lakota Nation, and even after his victory at Little Bighorn, he continued advocating for Native sovereignty until his tragic death. When a surprising friendship begins. In 1885, despite their differences, these two larger-than-life figures crossed paths in an unexpected way. After years of resisting U.S. forces and being vilified by the government, Sitting Bull joined Buffalo Bill's Wild West show. The decision was controversial. How could a man who fought so fiercely for his people align himself with a show that, in many ways, commercialized Native struggles? But Sitting Bull wasn't there to entertain. He used the opportunity to raise awareness about the plight of Native Americans, giving speeches and signing autographs. His presence in the show attracted huge crowds, and through their 4 months of working together, Sitting Bull and Buffalo Bill developed a mutual respect. While Buffalo Bill was a showman at heart, he understood the cultural significance of Sitting Bull's presence and gave him a platform to share his message. The period when the tension grows in 1890. The friendship, however, took a tragic turn in 1890, as tensions escalated across the Great Plains due to the Ghost Dance movement, a spiritual revival among Native Americans that the U.S. government viewed as a threat. Sitting Bull found himself once again at the center of attention. Many officials, including Major James McLaughlin, saw Sitting Bull as the key instigator of this movement and sought to remove him from the equation. At this time, Buffalo Bill, fresh from a European tour with his Wild West show, was contacted by General Nelson Miles. Miles, concerned about the rising tensions at Standing Rock, directed Buffalo Bill to apprehend Sitting Bull. It was a drastic order, but Miles believed that Buffalo Bill's relationship with the Lakota leader could help resolve the situation peacefully. Now let's take a look into when a mission interrupted. Could Buffalo Bill have saved Sitting Bull? Buffalo Bill, loyal to his friend, set out for Sitting Bull's camp. He truly believed that his old comrade would listen to him and follow his advice. However, as Cody was making his way to Standing Rock, Sitting Bull's fate was sealed. On December 15, 1890, just before Buffalo Bill could intervene, Sitting Bull was killed during an arrest attempt by Indian police. In a tragic twist, Buffalo Bill's arrival was delayed due to various miscommunications, and he never reached Sitting Bull in time. Many historians wonder, what if Buffalo Bill had arrived earlier? Could his friendship with Sitting Bull have averted the tragedy? Could the two men, with their unique bond of mutual respect, have worked out a peaceful resolution? Or would Cody have found himself in danger, caught between his government orders and his loyalty to a friend? We'll never know for certain. But what is clear is that both men, despite their differences in background, shared a deep understanding of one another. Their bond was forged in the fire of a rapidly changing America, where Native Americans were increasingly being displaced and their cultures undermined. The relationship between Buffalo Bill and Sitting Bull remains one of history's most unexpected partnerships. While their bond couldn't prevent the tragic death of Sitting Bull, it stands as a reminder of the complicated and deeply human interactions that shaped Native American history. Through their friendship, both men sought to bridge worlds that often seemed unbridgeable. Though they may have come from opposing sides of the frontier, they found common ground in their shared understanding of courage, culture, and respect. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed learning about the bond between histories, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this video with others to honor the legacy of these two remarkable figures in Native American and American history. Until next time, let's continue learning from the past and respecting the rich tapestry of Native American culture. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this video to keep the legacy of Native American history alive. Let's honor those who came before us by remembering their histories.